Really quick, really easy, and it goes great with pretty much any vegetable.
Anything you like, even though potato is not a vegetable. Don't let the people at your elementary school fool you.
This is true.
But ketchup is, right?
Yes.
Ketchup is a vegetable.
There's like a trichinosis thing going on when like our parents' generation, when we were like, before we were born, 60s, 70s, and people still have this fear of having pork cooked anything but like super well done. Overcooked pork tenderloin is a really just a bad thing to do.
I think isn't pork supposed to be like a little bit pink on the inside?
It is. It is now, and it's safe now. The parasites that people were worried about, and it's getting a little gross, but actually die at 137 degrees. I was reading about this before I came over. So if you cook your pork to an internal temperature of 137 degrees, which is about medium, you're guaranteed not to have any if you're worried about that.
See the magic of the internet, people?
Yeah.
The magic. When you said
I think it was
trichinosis,
Porkman777 who gave me this on Yahoo Answers, so he's a very reliable source.
Thank you, Porkman777. When you said trichinosis, for some reason I was thinking about the thing in turkey that makes you tired.
That's tryptophan.
Okay, so our water is boiling, and I'm going to blanch our broccoli. Just going to throw it in there for like a minute, and then pop it all back out.
So one thing a lot of times they'll do in restaurants with presentation is, you know, they'll blanch the broccoli like this, and then they'll finish it however else they're going to finish it, in a pan with whatever they want. But the blanching really seals it in, and you can see olive oil has like a low smoking point. Okay. So if you're trying to get something really hot and sear it, the olive oil may start to burn. Also, this is nice olive oil, extra virgin. You can just use the peanut oil that you have right there.
Okay.
Or corn oil is fine, vegetable oil, canola oil. So I worked in a meat market, a butcher shop when I was in high school.
You did?
I did.
I didn't know that.
And there's a trick with meat. It's a little more reliable with beef than with pork.
Is it this?
So if you hold your hand limp and you kind of touch the muscle that's between your thumb and your forefinger, that's what like a rare piece of meat will feel like. If you extend it out...
Lots of give, right?
Yeah. If you extend your hand out and straighten your fingers, that's kind of medium. And if you make a fist,
much more firm.
a tight fist, that's what well done will feel like. When you take the large piece of meat out of the oven, the internal temperature continues to rise, and the juices are still running through it. And if you cut it, then they all just kind of run out.
Right.
So you let it rest for about 10 minutes usually. So the French thing, which is once your sauce is the way you like it, you kind of turn it off the heat or put it on low heat and drop a couple pads of butter in it. You cut the butter into pads called the Montreal beurre. Okay. My accent's horrible. Put it up with butter.
Put it
and
up.
that's kind of how they finish
Put
most
it up.
of
Put
most
it up
of the
with
sauces
butter.
in France are finished that way. Kind of chopped pieces about that size. Just dropped a little bit of water in to test how hot the oil was.
That is not a trick that I knew.
If you're trying to cut a little bit of fat, calories, etc., which I don't tend to do a whole lot of, kind of grease that was left in the pan, you can always try to get rid of some of that before you deglaze the pan.
I was having a party and I wanted to make these little quesadillas, but I didn't have tortillas, so I used waffles instead, and I made these little waffle grilled cheese sandwiches.
That sounds delicious.
And they were delicious. Our friend Ravi ate about 25 of them.
That's right up Robbie's aisle.
Yep.
Alley aisle. Spending too much time in the supermarket.
Yeah.